Back-to-back UFC events where we cash underdogs as our lock of the night play. With this past weekend, Magomed Ankalaev was able to win the light heavyweight title, but also showcase that he is one of the best 205-pound fighters on the planet, and even outstruck Alex Pereira in a lot of those scenarios. I believe it was rounds 2 and 3, even at the ending of round 2, hurting Pereira very badly. But I was very happy to cash him as a lock of the night play and add or get back of digging ourselves out of the hole that we got ourselves in for the first 2 months of the year with a very abysmal start to the lock of the night campaign. Now that increases our record to 9-8 on the year from minus 10.54 units and minus 12% ROI. We're working back into it, folks. We're getting right back into it. The regional side of things, not going too hot. So I really got to tighten the gears over there. But the lock of the night plays for the UFC are really starting to come through here, especially with really good odds. So we'll see if we can keep that trend going. This week, I got three lock of the night candidates for you guys. More on the chalky side than I'm used to giving out there because I'm not too heavy on this card in terms of what the spots that I'm liking. I feel like most of the chalk will come through on this card, and these are the three that I like the most, but only one of them can be the official lock of the night play. You can find that out on the Lock of the Night Patreon page, link in the description below. Otherwise, drop what your lock of the night candidates or even lock of the night play is for UFC Vegas 104 in the comment section below, and we'll see how it ends up going next weekend. All right, without further ado, let's get right into this. First lock of the night candidate up is going to be Andre Lima. He's going up against a very tough Daniel Barres, but I believe Lima is the superior striker, and that's where I believe most of this fight will take place. I think Barres might look to get this to the grappling, but I think we've seen good enough defensive grappling and improvements from Lima so that he can keep fights in the striking realm or even showcase some offensive grappling of his own. But I think the majority of this will be with him stalking and walking down Daniel Barres. Eventually, you open up a pocket exchange that will cause Barres a ton of issues and might even find the knockout for Lima. So I like Lima to be the first lock of the night candidate here, as I think he can eventually finish Barres within 2 rounds. Second lock of the night candidate is going to be DR Nurgazi coming in at minus 310. Heavy action on him over the last 12 hours as he was closer to minus 245 yesterday. It seems like people are starting to notice that he should absolutely smash Brenjison Ribeiro in this matchup. Now, we saw Nurgazi take a striking approach last time around to earn that contract with the Contender Series, but I think we'll see him get back to his bread and butter of the grappling to take Ribeiro to the ground where he can keep him away from his power that Ribeiro presents. And I think from there, we'll see Nurgazi eventually get to a dominant enough position to find that TKO victory of Ribeiro. And I think he makes it very easy here. To get him still at minus 310, I think is a bit of a steal and is why he is more than worthy of being consideration as a lock of the night play. The third and final lock of the night play, and again, this is the limit I would ever put in this podcast, or this segment, I should say. But I'm going to go Kevin Vallejos at minus 500 against Seungwoo Choi. Seungwoo Choi is 1-4 over his last 5 fights, being knocked out badly in 2 of them. And I think Vallejos has the power to replicate that once again. Vallejos has shown a ton of growth and maturity after his Contender Series loss to Gene Silva back in 2023, winning 2 fights on the regional scene and then putting away a very durable Cam Teague on the Contender Series this past season to earn his way to the UFC. This guy is a nasty striker who's doing a great job in terms of mixing in the grappling game when he can find the openings, but I think his explosivity, his speed, and his power will eventually catch Choi off guard, which will lead to the knockout victory for the Argentinian fighter. Whether you want to parlay him at minus 500 or even just take the chalk straight up, I believe he is worthy of being a lock of the night candidate here because of the power that he brings to the table, and I just think that he'll be able to outwork anything that Choi tries to throw at him. Choi might have the number advantage here in terms of output, but I think that we'll see Vallejos continuously land bigger shots, maybe get this into the wrestling realm where he can have an advantage, but I think it's going to be ultimately that power that lands on Choi and puts him out cold. There you guys go. Top 3 lock of the night candidates for UFC Vegas 104. Again, chalkier than I normally like, especially after the last couple weeks that we had. But I want to be very confident in these spots, and these are the spots that I feel most confident in for this weekend. But only one of them can be the official lock of the night play. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the chalk or not segment for UFC Vegas 104. See you guys then. Peace.